Welcome to episode 129 of the Listen Up podcast, where we analyze a new album each week. I'm Jordan, and this week we've got me, Jamie.
I'm glowing from my light, just like my heart is aglow.
Aww. And Nick.
Poggers.
This week we're taking a look at And in Darkness Hearts Aglow by Weyes Blood.
Weyes Blood.
Weyes Blood, released in 2022. Really quick, if you want to keep up with the show, you can find us on Twitter at List Up Podcasts, on Instagram and TikTok at Listen Up Pod. That's where we'll make any announcements regarding the show or merch. Speaking of which, if you'd like to support the show, you can find merch at interestpointproductions.com or at the link tree on all the socials. So regarding this selection this week, Nicholas, why did you choose the album for us?
Well, I think you mostly said the album title right, but I
said And in Darkness Hearts Aglow.
I think it's And in the Darkness Hearts Aglow.
Well, that was not on the script.
That's not on Jordan. That's on me.
Sorry. Screenwriting difficulties. We forgot to revise the first draft. Sorry, Natalie. Sorry, Weyes Blood. Sorry. We love you. But
it's a shame because I also have people out here who might, through my Instagram, finally check out the podcast as well.
Oh, baby.
Baby, a trip.
Well, before we get down to brass tacks, I hinted to you fellas that shortly before we recorded this, I had one of the worst dinners that I've had in a long time.
Yep.
That's purely because it actually wasn't that bad. It didn't taste that bad. But
did you cook it?
Well, not really. Like it was just like microwaved stuff up. Like it was just leftovers. But it was
okay.
And it was like a cleaning out your fridge meal where I ate a quarter of a Costco cheese pizza.
Okay.
A lot of Brussels sprouts that I had that had garlic, olive oil, Parmesan, and lemon juice on them.
Okay.
They were good, but they were like a week old. I was just trying to get rid of them.
Okay.
So they're probably a little soggy.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, they lost the crisp that comes with the freshness of them.
Okay.
And then but before all of that, as a little amuse bouche, a little appetizer, a little antipasto, I had 2 peanut butter crackers that I made with saltines and Peter Pan peanut butter. And
wow.
Yep, it was quite delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, I went for a little run for the first time in a while, and I was really hungry right after I got back.
Okay. I like it.
I know. I'm fucking starving right now. I'm not used to having an active person's metabolism.
Is your mouth? Are you salivating at the thought of my peanut butter crackers, pizza, and Brussels sprouts?
No, I don't even really like peanut butter crackers. I think they're kind of overrated.
I'll go.
Cheese pizza though, I'm kind of feeling that.
The Kirkland cheese pizza, it's good.
Is it like the ones you buy in their refrigerator section and then you just heat up?
I don't.
Or did you buy from the food court?
No. Yeah, it wasn't that one. It wasn't I didn't buy a full $10 pizza or anything like that. I bought
it's the ones you buy from the fridge area or whatever.
Yeah, I forget if they have big pizzas like Harris Teeter has, where they have pizzas that they make in their deli or something like that. But I bought
I'm sure that they do.
They might, but I bought the 4-pack of cheese pizzas that are just Red Baron pizzas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're Kirkland brand.
I love Red Baron.
Are they good? I've seen them in Costco and I've thought about.
They're pretty good.
Some,
Next time I'll probably get the pepperoni, but I just got the cheese this time. But they're they're a hell of a deal, and they're still better than DiGiorno. So,
I mean, everything is better than DiGiorno except Totino's.
I thought DiGiorno does delivery though.
People, dude, I don't know why people think that. I think people who love DiGiorno over any other brand are brainwashed. It's fully the propaganda of their commercials because that shit is not very good.
It's just bad deep dish pizza.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the thickness of deep dish, but not got any of the crispiness that comes with deep dish. It's just bready.
Mm-hmm. Well, anyways, that was my anticlimactic dinner. I also had Zach left these twisted teas in my apartment, and
and
I thought I never had them, but I thought they were just twisted teas, and I was just gonna pour them out. Well, I was gonna try them, and then I didn't think I would like them, and I was just gonna pour them out in the sink. But they were half and half twisted teas. They were like Arnold Palmer twisted teas.
Ooh,
and those shits.
That sounds good as fuck.
It was delicious.
Because so White Claw's teas terrible, absolutely terrible. But Truly's teas are fucking delicious.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, dude. That's probably the entire last 6 months we lived in Raleigh. That was my go-to.
The what teas again?
And, for parties and stuff. The Truly twisted tea, the Truly's version of twisted teas. And that's probably they're not really a winter drink, so I haven't had them here. But I'll get back to that with the summer, pool season and stuff.
I could see myself I could see myself slamming some twisted tea half and halves because
that sounds good as fuck. I love Arnold
because they're not carbonated, so you can just chug them.
Yeah. And exactly. Yeah, that's the big difference for the Truly teas and White Claw teas versus their regular ones. But White Claw's flavors aren't
the
good.
tea flavors.
Yeah. I love regular White Claw. They're by far my favorite standard seltzer. Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, they've got tea now. It's about to be fire. Shit was terrible. But the Truly teas, especially the raspberry and the peach, that I remember our friend Sarah and then our friend Gonzo, who's been on the show before. Mm-hmm. We would slam their the Truly teas whenever we'd have it for house parties in Raleigh towards the end.
Interesting.
I was it's nothing right when I first started drinking, I was like, I've got to buy these things that they used to sell
at
the grocery store that I worked at.
12.
Yeah, back when I was 10, and my uncle handed me my first beer. He was like, "Yeah, we gotta get this. We got that gene that runs in the family that's gonna really just cement this into your brain, and we think you're gonna have a good time with this. So you might as well start now. You're gonna love it too much later.
It's gonna be a lifetime of enjoyment."
Yeah, I got these things called Not Your Father's Root Beer that were as one of the first things I ever drank, I was like, these aren't bad. And I think back to how they tasted now, and I'm like, why do people like those?
Interesting.
You should just pour rum.
It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those weird hipster things where they're it's a novelty thing that once again the propaganda works on them. It's not actually that cool. They're just
I guess some people
packaging's modern and sleek.
Yeah, some people like root beer that much though, you know?
Well, yeah, but if you taste it, Nick's right. If you taste it, you're I think this would be better if I just made a rum and Coke, but with root beer instead.
Yeah, any sort
of the flavor that they specifically have is just
it tastes like they
It
tastes like they put vodka in it, too much vodka in it. Maybe if you put a little bit of vodka in root beer, you might not be able to taste it. But if
at a certain point you're oh, this should have been something with more vanilla-y flavor.
Yeah, but it's not vodka in it. It's something else because they can sell it in grocery stores in North Carolina. But
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. You should just any sort of dark soda like Coke or Dr. Pepper or Cheerwine, North Carolina, rep North Carolina, Cheerwine. Cheerwine and Captain Morgan spiced rum. Oh my God.
I try and spread the message of Cheerwine and Coke, but it's so hard to do out here because no one has
the Cheerwine.
And all of our friends, no one's from Denver, but none of them are from the Southeast either. So I can't
really funny.
Express to them. It's people are from the Midwest and New York and the Pacific Northwest. So it's all over the country, but no one from where I can relate Bojangles, Cheerwine, Cookout, shit like that.
Yeah,
no one gets it.
I was telling Zach about this yesterday that he said he doesn't really drink much soda anymore, and I was like, yeah, me too. I definitely don't keep it in my apartment. I might get it sometimes if I go out or if I get fast food or something. But I was like, but if I go somewhere and they have Cheerwine, I'll probably get that every time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just my kryptonite.
True.
Yeah, dude, nothing better than Mario's 2 slices of pizza with the house salad with the Cheerwine from the fountain.
Oh,
in Louisville, Clemens, North Carolina.
Love by the big old car wash right next to it.
Yep, by big old Quality Mart and car wash right there next to Blue Oyster.
Full Moon Oyster
Bar.
Full Moon.
As a kid, I used to always have to think about that because Full Moon Oyster Bar and the Blue Moon Oyster Cult. In my mind, there was like a somewhat connected neural path for no reason other than oyster and moon are in both of them. But
like
Godzilla
50%.
by Blue Oyster Cult. Incredible song.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Don't Fear the Reaper still like an incredible song.
Burning for You, incredible song.
Burning for You is even, yeah. I think for the second week in a row, I have yet another tattoo added to my arm. This one was only $20 though.
On your Georgia O'Keeffe shit.
Well, that's more so.
This true.
More like a fucking vagine. Yeah, no, the wedding we went to, they had a tattoo artist just posted up doing yaddies at the outside of the food hall at the reception across from the bar.
How long did like one take?
Probably like 50. This probably took like the actual inking of it was like 15, and it's decent size compared to what a lot of people got.
Oh, okay.
It was another one of those, like, it was like what we go to, where we go to like the flash events, but like the couple whose wedding it was chose what the things were, and they were like done for free. We each tipped them. Me and Vic each tipped them $20 for ours. But
they were free? Like if you didn't tip?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, I mean, yeah, because they're getting paid like I'm sure they paid.
Yeah, they like
money.
Yeah, they like hires
either by hourly or whatever.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I figured like they would pay them to come, and then people would still have to pay.
No. We got the tattoos for free. They just probably had to pay a lot of money for
to get them to come.
Because I mean, this is like. So I paid
sizable.
$125 pre-tip for this, and this is like, I mean, this is like better for sure, but that's just because we really like our tattoo artist out here. Her line work is much thinner, and she is much more delicate with it. Like this was way more painful, but it still looks good. And it was only $20. So me and Vic now officially have matching tattoos.
Man was speed running his tattoo, just like
dude, he was taking his time, and it fucking hurt, man. He was dude, it was painful, but it's done. But yeah, so probably with like sanitation, setting out the ink, wiping everything down, getting the people placed, putting the stencil on. It was probably about like 30 minutes, 40 minutes for a tattoo per person. I think they probably ran through, because there were 2 people doing them. They probably ran through like 20, 25 people. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah. It was very cool. It was fun because that was like where the bar was too, at the open bar and the bathrooms and the outside courtyard area. So people were just constantly walking in and out while you're getting it done. And you're just like staring ahead, like,
yeah,
all right,
tears welling up in your eyes. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah,
dude, keep going, man. Keep going.
That shit hurt. I kept making expressions. As soon as I got done, I walked over to the bar and got another Yingling. They're like, how was it? I was like, that was pretty bad. That was one of the worst ones that I've gotten on my body.
It was on like the side of your bicep, right?
Tricep. It's like
okay.
Yeah. Like this guy, the gecko is on my bicep. The carnation is like right where the curve of your tricep right here. It's like right in that.
Gotcha.
It was excruciating. But it's, it looks good, so that's cool.
That's close to the place that I was thinking about getting that dog with the number 13. So that's.
See, I like that one.
Those aren't great words.
I think it's cool. Do you like the number 13?
I don't like it, but I like I like kind of the idea of getting it and being like fuck it, like fuck the number 13, like unlucky.
Fuck it, dude. I'm not afraid. Dude.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of bad luck, dude. This is totally.
Yeah, you can get it if you want. I just don't normally go for like the number things, but I did like the dog. That guy was sick.
Yeah.
I saw someone got I recently saw one that was like a frog, and the frog was done in black and white, and it had a cowboy hat done in red. I was like, that's sick.
There you go. Hell yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like. I think the number enhanced it for me, Nick. I kind of like the number.
Have you guys seen like other people with the number 13 like tattooed on them?
I think so.
I don't know.
I feel like it's a like common thing, but
yeah,
like
I don't know. I just didn't. This is an anti shout out to you, David. I don't know what you were talking about whenever I sent it earlier, and you were like, "Yeah, I feel like the number 13 is tattooed by too many people. It's all too many people."
Yeah, I don't know.
I've never heard of that, bro.
I don't know about that. I've seen it, but not like excessively common. It's not like if you got like angel numbers tattooed on you, which if you want that, go for it. It's your body, art, whatever, go for it. But I would die before I got an angel tattoo.
I'm getting 336 tatted on.
Oh yeah, dude.
On the back of my neck.
That's my angel number.
I would 100% get that.
336.
They'd be like, yo, I love angel numbers. I totally, but
isn't Treyfo
also
like
David? I love you
like
so much.
The prison district court for the state or for Winston-Salem or something.
Yeah,
like that's where Treyfo comes from. But yeah, no, I think it's cool, and if you want it, go for it.
Like, wait, what did that have to do with anything?
I'll think about it.
We're talking about
just Jamie's tattoo. I thought about the tattoo that I sent earlier.
Yeah, I mean, like,
wait,
does it hurt? Yes, but just like any other placement, once it's over, it's over.
Wait, sorry, where did Treyfo come from?
You like that spot? We talked about getting 336 tattooed on us.
Oh,
and then Nick said Treyfo.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. How did I miss that part? Did you guys say that out loud?
Yeah. Well, no, we thought it.
Well, okay. I thought you guys were saying you had talked about it before.
No. You may have been responding as well.
Oh, okay.
And it didn't like.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like any other tattoo. Like, no matter how excruciating, like this one was bad. The hand was terrible right here, and then the back of my calf was really bad. But once you're done, it's done. It's a half hour max. Yeah. If it's small, an hour max if it's big, probably.
Yeah. This one probably took like
it's done.
That one probably took like it was like half an hour to 40 minutes, and it was like. I'm surprised by that. I know.
I guess it is really thick.
It was super fast and it hardly hurt at all. And I was like, dude, I don't know if you're amazing at this or if I'm just better at taking this than I thought I would be. Like, I don't know. It wasn't that bad. But I've also heard that this is one of like the easiest places to get a tattoo. So
yeah, it did. The guitar definitely wasn't bad right here, but it was real bad up here.
Yeah, so when you get to like the tendons and stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm, that was real spicy. I can't wait to get this touched up whenever I finally get it touched up because it needs it. Holy shit.
All right.
Not looking forward to that.
Anyways, about the album.
Yes.
Since we're trying to be a little more on track, that means it's going to be an hour 45 instead of 2 hours.
Yeah, hey, we've been doing pretty well. Our last few have been kind of shorter.
Oh yeah. I got you.
I mean, I say that. I think the last one was like an hour and a half after I edited it.
I was about to say, I was like,
the Alt A episode.
Yeah, it was only an hour 28. It was like before I edited all the shit together. Like before I cut in the music, it was like an hour and 18 or something.
It felt like a lifetime.
Oh, really?
I know, right?
A lifetime of trying not to say
11 minutes.
Oh
yeah, I did cut off 11 minutes at the beginning before the episode actually started.
Oh yeah.
So we talked a bunch of shit for a long time after starting recording before
Fair enough.
doing. Yeah, so I had not listened to Weyes Blood. They were someone who I'd heard kind of on my periphery of like, oh, listen, like, oh shit, like they've just their name has been used, and I've never checked them out. And I haven't listened to any of their other shit, but this was a really good album. I enjoyed it. It was very.
I also really liked it
angelic, and it was very gorgeous.
Her voice was so nice.
Yeah, the whole reason like I picked this was because I kind of like I just randomly came upon it, and I was like, I feel like Jamie will like this, and it's also like really orchestral and like I feel like there's a lot of strings and choir elements and stuff. Like Jordan might like this too. And yeah, so I figured it would like I do really like it, and I've tended to recently just pick albums that I like and not like really think about how they would be on the podcast or not. I was just like, I like this. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But this one I was like, oh, I really like this, and I think both of them would also really like it.
I got you.
So I'm glad it turned out that way.
Yeah, it was like. Because they were so far from me listening to any of their music. I had no idea what to expect. And I started and I was like, oh shit, this is like
angelic.
Really nice. Like the nice piano and relaxed vocals. And then that continued throughout the whole, there were other moments with more energy throughout the album. It was really good. But it was another one of those ones where I don't have like a ton of notes because it was just like, I don't know what a lot of the words are. I just got general vibes of songs and then just like rolled with that. Yeah. So I don't like actually have that many notes. My amount of notes I have are not reflective of what my rating will be.
I feel that. That was definitely me on the drug dealer episode. I was like, I really didn't take a ton of notes, but I love each one of these songs so much. Like literally all of them except for Baby. Sorry, not Baby very much. Don't love that song. But every other song on the album I like absolutely love. Like basically 10 out of 10. But yeah, and this album is like not too dissimilar from that. Like not everything's a 10 out of 10, but I do really enjoy it a lot. And she had guest vocals on a song on an album that I've brought to the podcast before. I think I mentioned this at the end of last episode. She had guest vocals on God's Favorite Customer by Father John Misty. And I feel like a lot of their music is relatively similar. Like a lot of like some of his stuff kind of changes, like his sounds, but he has a very like alt folky instrumentation and a lot of like it sounds like he's singing into like a huge chamber, like and his vocals sound soft but also have a lot of range and have a lot of power whenever he like chooses to belt out things. And her vocals are the same way. Like she has very soft vocals and she can be very like I like the word you used, Jordan, angelic with her like delivery, but she can also really shine like a light on certain parts of the song by singing things with so much emphasis.
And that was some of my favorite parts on the album were like her doing that. Yeah. Like having the sudden like rise in emotion and like in it. Yeah. I feel like Adele is also very good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. For sure.
And Florence Welch, which this album honestly reminded me a lot of like a more relaxed version of Florence.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, I was glad on this album. I've only listened to this album and her last album, but her last album was there were some higher energy songs, but the majority of it was pretty like laid back or just kind of chill and relaxing. But this one I feel like hits a more like dynamic range of energy and emotions. Like some of the songs like God Turned Me Into a Flower, it's like just so low tempo. Like there's not much rhythm to it at all. It's just kind of like flourishes of strings and choirs, and like it's unlike a lot of other music that you hear today. But then like the next song, Hearts Aglow, like drums kick in and it's
I really like that song.
Upbeat. Yeah, nice. I don't know, like what are some of your highlights on it, Jordan? I'm curious.
I like
even gonna wait. I'm jumping in.
No, I know. I like favorite? Children of the Empire a lot. Sometimes it did get into that like trying to differentiate which songs were which a little bit. Not because
I can see it.
But it's that thing where like a lot of it sounds the same, so it was good. Like that was probably like a plus point because I did like how it was. And so if I didn't like it, then it would just been a bunch of music that sounded the same. Like that one Weekend album, you know? The latest one, I think. Twin Flame had a little bit of a, I think it's like it sounds like not a maraca, or it sounds like, I don't even, it sounds like a percussion or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, it's got like this drum machine loop in it. That's
like, it's the digital drum. It's the same thing. I mean, I can cut it in because it's even at the beginning.
Yeah.
But that song feels like a very 80s ballady kind of thing. Mm-hmm. A big one that it sounds like. It doesn't have the big like drum hit.
Yeah.
But In the Air by Phil Collins.
I never noticed that. Yeah. But I thought it like
digital drum machine sound.
Yeah. When you were making the connection, I was like, oh, he's talking about In the Air.
Yeah.
yeah, no, for sure. Uh-huh. And it very much is the same like boo, doo, 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 like that sound. I also really fuck with that.
Yeah, and that song had to really grow on me. I think it just threw me off because so much of the other parts of the album have really like traditional folky instrumentation, and then you start hearing the like it sounds like if you listen to it with both headphones in, it sounds like it's just like little dots, and you're like, I feel like if you had synesthesia and you would see colors with music and stuff, you just see little like ripples in the ponds of like your vision. You just see like
I gain synesthesia as I ingest substances. Like sober, I don't have it, but ingesting substances, I do have it.
It unlocks your.
But my dad has it just plain.
Interesting.
Your dad has it off the Miller High Life. He's just
no. My dad's got it just off the water. He just has it like naturally.
Yeah.
And I'm out here having to create mine. I have synesthesia.
It's that NCUL water. You know, it's wild out there.
Something about that South Carolina, North Carolina groundwater system.
But were there any other ones that were your favorites, Jordan?
And then just The Worst Is Done. That was probably my highlights.
I got you. I figured, yeah. Those are probably
really good.
The most upbeat ones on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you might like not Grapevine. I thought you might like God Turned Me Into a Flower just because of but it is really slow. Like I just thought you might like it because it's very heavy on the choir and the strings and the in and out of the sounds, and like whoever's playing violin on that song goes crazy. Like
dude,
it's very slow tempo, but it hits that like it's like a sound you hear in movie soundtracks, movie scores. That's like like just wild note changes super fast on a violin.
And I don't know, this is not really like the choir sound that I really like either. Like I don't think it has like it. I guess it is kind of choiry, but it's not definitely does not sound like the choir. Like I like when you can like hear every single voice, and this just kind of sounds like layering a little bit, like really slow layering, kind of. Like I like
especially at
what.
I was gonna say, especially like in the third verse, which is my favorite part of that song, because I really like the song. Yeah. But yeah, where like the part where she comes in with more energy, and then they start to layer like one at a time, like more vocals on top of each other. Yeah, it's true. It's not like a quick like boom burst of like choral harmonies.
Like I like the I don't know if you've heard Salah by Kanye. Like the Hallelujah
by Redacted.
Literally by Redacted. That's just the first song I can think of. Like the Hallelujah. You know that, Nick?
I've heard it before, but it's been a while. Okay. All I really remember from Jesus is King is Follow God, and
I do like that one too.
Every hour. I remember every hour.
And I remember laughing at Sunday or whatever the fuck when we were listening to it in the car right after it came out.
Yeah, that's definitely a low point on the album. I did like a decent amount of it.
Bullying that song while driving back from the fucking beach for Zach and Sarah's half marathon.
And, I remember, I think we were going to Mellow Mushroom or something. I was sitting in the back seat, and I think Adam was driving, and
yeah, because Adam and Brad were in the front, and I think you and me were in the back.
Yeah, and they were singing every hour, and like and Brad was going
in the fucking vibe. Little Pontiac.
And what a vibe!
Oh shit! He said the
word. When you're trying to have a conversation with anyone under 30, and all they say is vibe or give me some other ones, boys. What else we got?
Catch a vibe.
Slay. Giving.
Slay. David commented
low key
on a post of mine the other day.
Low key.
That's a good one.
Bro, I love, dude. Someone at work today in a Teams message told me that someone else can kick rocks, and I was like, hell yeah!
Like,
that's so fucking funny.
I want to start incorporating serving blank into my speech, but I feel like I can't. I feel like there's like,
bro, this blueprint is serving cunt, dog. Hell yeah!
It's not
say that to like your boss.
It's not societally acceptable. Not at work. Not at work. I just meant even with like friends. Like,
in general.
Maybe the YouTube algorithm's gonna punish us now, dude.
No, bro, we're past the first 90 seconds. We're good.
Still gets age restricted.
I feel like I could only say it to like 2 people in my life without like, not even my girlfriend. I feel like if I said it around her, she'd be like, what?
No, I think you can do it. You just have to like commit to it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You can't like say it and look around. You just have to like 100% confident.
Yeah.
Whether you feel
say it with your chest. Yeah.
Just externally,
say it with your
just
chest,
have to say,
ready.
like, yeah.
She's
And
offline, so she might not even be familiar with the phrase.
Offline girlfriend. Didn't even think about
that. She does have TikTok, so no.
It's just of all the social medias to choose to use, that's like by far the worst one.
Probably the worst one.
Wait, what? TikTok?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely the worst one for your brain and like security concerns.
I don't know. I don't think it would be. I think if I had to choose one, if I had to get rid of one or keep one, it'd definitely be TikTok. Are you kidding me?
Why? Well, no.
That's
wait. Which one do you think is the most dangerous for your mental health, though?
I've never had a problem with like social media, but I guess honestly, Instagram.
You think so?
Yeah, because
TikTok, you're just constantly ingesting new content and like feeding on just more video and like chaos.
Yeah,
but that's got to be worse for your brain.
I don't know. I feel like Instagram is a little bit more what's it called? Like we don't have any of our friends. We don't really post on TikTok. I think posting is a big thing. So when people get more on Instagram, so people get in their heads about what they need to post and what like image they have to tailor on Instagram, that is what they get more.
True.
Not that they're ingesting, but what they're like, what their image comes off as. They think about that more on Instagram.
That is
true. Yeah.
Which is also a downside.
Yeah.
I mean, no social media is good for your brain.
No.
Like, we definitely should not know this much about each other. But I mean, there are good sides to it, like getting to expose yourself, especially if in your like a little closed off, shitty, conservative small town. And now through the beauty of like TikTok and Twitter and things, you get to learn about like other economic systems and like not being a wage slave.
Yeah.
And like
wait,
all kinds
so
of
you're
other
telling me that the majority of Democrats in the U.S. aren't part of the radical left?
You're telling me the Democrats aren't lizard people and there are more options than just straight?
Anytime I I follow some of those like more they claim to post unbiased news content on Instagram. Yeah. They at least they try to, like they'll post like some foreign affairs stuff too, like, and it seems mostly pretty unbiased, but they'll post like some sort of like ad campaign video from like a conservative politician, and it just ruins my whole day.
Bruh,
ruins
that's
my whole
crazy.
But they also post like coverage of like bad drastic events that happen in the US, also around the world. They posted a good amount of content on the spy balloon from the
that
country.
Shit is so funny.
The country who can do no wrong.
Upset about it and like care even
so
about like the fucking spy. I was like,
did you know that there were 3 spy balloons that infiltrated U.S. airspace?
I was like, do you not know what satellites are from all kinds of countries that have way more capabilities than just a balloon?
I know. Weather balloon.
Like,
be like
people talking
from
about
either and dude,
shooting a balloon out of the air that's
Raptors
11 miles in the sky.
That's so funny.
Someone was like, the Raptors have their first confirmed kill or whatever. And I was like, it was a balloon.
Yeah, or like what?
It wasn't even invading you, let alone shooting back.
Yeah, what else was it? Yeah, there was just people like they're like, please do not shoot your gun straight up into the air, and try to.
Oh my god, having to tell people that, I was like, we're fucked.
Like that's not a good idea.
What do you think the drop on 11 miles in the sky is? How much higher than the balloon do I have?
The bullet drop on my fucking 5.56 round is. I think I can make it 11 miles. I just have to aim up a little bit because of gravity.
Man.
But anything over like 1 mile, and snipers have to take into account like the curvature of the earth and the Coriolis effect for their bullets. And those are way more powerful shells that are getting sent out than fucking your AR rounds.
Yes.
People are stupid.
You think a Barrett could do the job? A nice 50 cal.
My sawed off. My roof? Think my sawed off can get up there.
Think yeah, so let's see. Honestly, we've covered most of my notes already.
Thanks for listening.
The Empire, that shit was fire.
That shit was really good.
That was cool. The fire anti-capitalist imperialism banger, you know?
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That was really good. Grapevine was one of my favorites.
Me too.
I think.
Interesting.
I love the like warmth of the acoustic guitar used in it. It's mic'd up so fucking well.
The man can't see his shadow. Oh.
And it sounds so good. Oh, that was so this album is one of the best ones I've heard in a while as far as like utilizing the Atmos mixing.
Okay.
It's so good.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's so fucking good.
You still pay for Apple Music?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm about to.
Technically, I pay for Apple Music TV and like an extra 200 gigs of iCloud space all in one.
That's what I need to do, actually. I do need to do that.
I think it's like $9.99 for all three of those things, and each one is like $5.99 or $5 individually or something.
My Apple Music subscription is like $11.
Yeah,
for just Apple Music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, y'all gotta switch. I pay like maybe it's $13 for that bundle, but yeah, no, for sure it's
really
I'm getting
definitely worth
scammed.
it. Then holy
That's
shit,
crazy.
My
might
iPhone
be 15, but either way, I'm getting basically free 200 gigs of storage. Then.
Yeah, my iPhone hasn't backed up in like half a year because I don't have any iCloud storage left, and I just keep putting
my
off.
shit stays backed up. No, definitely do that. Holy
Is it
shit.
called Apple
putting
One?
off, like clearing out storage?
Yeah, it's called Apple. I think there's Apple One and Apple One Plus, and Apple One is like 200 gigs, and Apple One Plus is a terabyte.
Individually, it's $17 per month.
I'm gonna need Apple
II.
grandfathered
in because I don't pay that for.
Oh.
I mean that's definitely higher than I originally signed up for, so maybe I got the original price.
Yeah.
But either way, it's still like convenient.
I'm thinking about canceling Prime. It's gonna be $140 when I renew it.
I didn't know it was that much. I would have canceled Prime. We need to all go in on one Prime account because you can have multiple accounts on the same Prime account.
Oh, I just use my parents.
We each have our own Amazon account.
I just use my parents' Amazon Prime. I've never paid for it.
I didn't know that it was that much. I got charged $140, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
it was Prime.
I saw this the other day, and I think I was just looking. I was like, "Oh, when is this going to renew?" And I was like, "Wait, why did it go up $40?"
Yeah, fuck that.
How much is a student discount?
The student discount was 50% off
at one point. Yeah,
but
I've lost my student email though, so I can't really.
Interesting.
Maybe if they don't use any, I'm sure they use some sort of fancy verification software like Spotify. I tried to pull it over on them, and they did not let me. Yeah,
you tried to what?
I like subscription. I still haven't renewed it.
Oh, okay.
I can use the software.
Well, like I tried to renew my student Spotify after I'd already graduated because I still had access to my student email, and I like ran it through their like validation thing, and it was like, nope.
Yeah.
Like you're not enrolled in school.
I was able to get my Adobe, renew my Spotify student, and renew something else. I got them all like just before, like I think it was like 2 weeks later. I checked the emails after I did the verification codes for everything, and it was like gone. I was like, thank God.
You lucky bastard.
Crazy enough, I think that it's also time based because I remember Abby told me she got a she did early college, but her early college was like NC State because they were so close. Like her high school's like 5 minutes away from NC State. And so she took classes.
Ours was Ours was at Surrey. Imagine doing early college classes at fucking State.
And so like, she told me that her Spotify ended a year early because she got it a year early as well.
So they only give you 4 years.
Yeah, I think unless you go to like grad school or something, which I think they like, it's like in the renewal, but I think undergrad, like they actually just give you like 4 years, you know?
They said, fuck the super senior.
Now that you say that, I think maybe when we first signed up for it, it said like, how long is your school term?
Yeah.
Something like that.
You're like, 25 years.
It's going to be a while.
Look, man, never stop learning, Spotify. I'm a student of life, dog.
You're penalizing me for donating money for my entire life to this prestigious institution.
I'm so glad I'm getting a $5 discount on my Spotify premium in exchange for $30,000 tuition.
I think it's worth it, dude. I think the numbers got to balance out somewhere, right?
Yeah. Eventually.
Yeah.
The ROI is there.
Yeah.
What is the
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah, let's see. We talked about
it's a mental health ROI.
That's a mental health ROI, dude.
That's what you tell yourself whenever your ROI does not work.
Not the damn mental health ROI, bro.
That's essentially this podcast.
True. Good point.
We don't make transparency.
Bars.
We do not make money on this.
For your listening pleasure, we lose money every week. Just remember that, all right?
Dude, one of these days we're gonna actually like get enough people and like start monetization. I'm gonna have to actually go through and file like copyright disputes for every single one of our episodes. Not every single one, but I'm like 25 behind probably. Oh, so that's gonna take a while. I should do that.
You know,
dude. At one point in time, I would do it every 2 weeks, but that time has passed.
Dude, just what do you do? Just like, do you have to like actually say a reason why, or?
Yeah, but I have the reason for every justification is why that it's like used in review, so it should fall under fair use. And I have it in a Node document, and I copy that, paste it, type my name, submit. But I have to do it for every single copyright flag in every single video that has it.
Dude,
so like,
so it could be multiple.
If we cut in 9 snippets, those 9 snippets all got flagged. So then I have to do it 9 times for that.
Oh, I didn't know you had to do it for each segment in each video.
Interesting.
Yeah, because you have to like legally say like every one of these should fall under fair use.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Yeah, so at some point I'll do that, but
okay. Makes sense.
We might need to divide that labor a little bit. If you said you're like 25 videos,
I was about to say,
dude, I've got to look because it's been.
I was about to say I might be like, if it's just busy work, I can just do that while like I'm queued up for like Overwatch or something, and like in like the queue, I can just
That's true.
do shit, you know.
I honestly think that the last note I have for specifics for the album is that in God Turned Me into a Flower. I liked how it just had the weird like animal nature noises at the end. Because the whole song's about like reincarnation and like wanting to be turned into, you know, something nice and pretty, flower or something. I guess instead of like an ant.
I don't know. I love carnations.
Yeah. Dude, that's what this is.
Ew, never mind.
But yeah, the nature noises and stuff. You don't hear that very often unless it's like weird, like in Zaba by Glass.
Zaba? Yeah. Who the hell is Zaba?
Zabars in New York?
Now what the
Zanzibar?
Now what the goddamn hell is Zaba?
Zaba. That's an album that I would love to do for this podcast, but after how bad 22 A Million did, I think I'll ever.
You have to wait till you're like flying high on your like self-esteem, and then pick the album.
I'll give it a 10. I just don't think it will get that reception from.
I got you. Throw caution to the wind.
Fuck it, piss in the wind.
Apparently, I think she was quoted as saying, "In God Turned Me into a Flower," like she used, like the inspiration behind the song was the Greek myth of the god. He was either a god or like a demigod or just an important figure in like Greek mythological tales. His name
Percy
was in the Greek myth of Percy Jackson. Like
Rick Riordan.
Yeah, there was a guy named Narcissus. And
Narcissus.
Yeah, Narcissus. Yeah, and I never heard of this. And that's where the term like narcissist comes from.
Yes.
Like the tale is that he was so obsessed with his own appearance that he spent so long looking in a mirror that he died because he didn't eat or drink.
God
or,
have
like,
mercy.
And that's where the term comes from. But apparently, whenever he died, like some god, I don't think it was Hades, but some god like let him continue to exist, not in the underworld, but as a flower in like the real world.
Very interesting.
She used that as a form of inspiration to sort of serve as a metaphor for like, let me not be self-absorbed, let me be vulnerable, and God turned me into a flower.
So it's not at all about reincarnation. Interesting.
Yeah. It is about carnations, though. She talks about it's about a flower, to be determined what kind of flower.
I think like the mirror of Narcissus or some shit is like an artifact, like a Greek artifact, or like that was
to
exist. Yeah,
cool.
I think I learned that from like one of those match 3 games that you used to have on computers from Wild Tangent Games back in the day.
Dang,
that it was like one of those like find and click things. Oh, all right, audio listener. Well, I have audio now. Before this, I will have sounded like our audio backup, so hopefully it was not that bad.
What did you not hit?
That's
record?
why we do it, folks. No, I did, but my OBS for some reason, even though I have my Audio Yeti Classic source, it just did it where it like resets it to like default device.
Wait, I might. Like, oh shit! Wait, let me make sure.
Oh hell!
Hello.
Sounded like
last
shit.
week, Jordan was a still image in the last.
I know. I feel so bad. Hold on, properties. Oh no, mine's good. Mine's good.
As long as you have the, yeah, as long
we
as you
good.
have
We good.
it's all good.
Well, it might have been getting like my webcam,
OBS and I probably fucked it.
It could be getting like my webcam, you know, which is not good.
Test.
Honestly, I wonder what.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Input device Discord uses. But you guys can hear me, so it's clearly coming through.
Yes.
Interesting.
But I did not think about that.
Yeah.
Don't you love it how software just like clears itself out sometimes? Love that.
I took
that's
notes
the last of my
on
notes for that.
like not extensive notes or anything, but I actually took notes on like every song of the album.
Well, tell us about it.
We definitely don't need to go through like all of them, but
yeah, I guess we are trying to like kind of speed run
abbreviated episode speed run
abbreviated
speed running Weyes Blood, but for Grapevine, yeah, sorry, my brain was buffering for a second. For Grapevine, the gears are turning and steam's slowly puffing out of my ears. For Grapevine, it was always one of my favorite songs. I just loved kind of like the gentle swing that it has, like the nature of the song. But after I read through the lyrics, it's nothing like incredibly deep or insightful or anything, but it's kind of just this story of like longing for a person that you once loved and like wishing that it could have worked out or that it could work out again in the future. And it's a really poetic way of looking at it. Like she says, I never noticed this is what she said at the beginning of the first verse. I actually really liked it, another part of the verse that I still like now. But the very beginning of the first verse is, California is my body and your fire rushes over me.
California's my body and your fire runs over me.
Like, very beautiful.
like the wildfires.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable.
Wait, really? Is that actually what she's referencing?
Natural.
I think so.
Probably.
Like it's yeah. It's,
I don't know
it's
what
like
else that'd mean.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
It's like it's an uncontrollable heat wave of emotion, and I think it's funny that like that also parallels the themes of the album of like trying to like find your purpose in life while the world's just kind of falling apart. Like it's using this dark thing as a positive metaphor. Like I don't know, it's a nice funny play on words. But later in that verse, she talks about wrecking her car in a ghost town right around where they found James Dean.
My car broke down in an old ghost town right around where they got James Dean, emotional cowboy with no hat and no boots. He stayed up all night trying to beat up the moon. You know I would.
Which like I feel like that's a very popular name, but nobody really knows much about him from our generation. And I just recently coincidentally watched a movie from 1956 that had James Dean in it, and I think she's kind of referencing that movie in the lines in the song, because he didn't play many cowboys like in the few movies that he played in. He was just kind of like a model heartthrob who played in a couple movies and then he died in a car crash.
Yeah.
Wait, he died in a car crash?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I've heard his name a lot. I didn't realize he died like that.
Yeah, he was like a famous like a kind of rebellious heartthrob in Hollywood. Yeah. And I think he died when he was like 24 or 25. Jesus. But he he
died on September 30th, 1955.
1950?
Yeah, 1955. Yeah.
Why do I still hear his name like a decent amount?
Because he's like Marilyn Monroe, like classic hot Hollywood actor.
Yeah. If you
in like the golden era where like there were 7 movie stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's why their names are so relevant. I mean, not that like they weren't talented and like attractive and all the other things that make you like a celebrity.
Yeah.
But like you didn't have like the entertainment industry wasn't like so easily accessible and also just like so prolific. Like there were like 30 big movie stars.
Yeah. And like and TV was basically like not a prestigious thing. Like nobody really, like you might know a couple actors from like routine TV shows, but most of the time they would be from like talk shows or like sitcoms and stuff. It wasn't like there was any sort of prestigious drama on TV back then. It was like if
one guy, the late night show that retired a couple of years back, and I think James Corden took his job, right?
Like David Letterman?
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking of.
Who took? Wait, no. Stephen Colbert, I think, took David Letterman's like job.
I feel like Stephen Colbert's been on for a while. Did David Letterman?
But he was.
Yeah, well, I mean, Stephen Colbert also started with the Daily Show.
No, yeah,
with Jon Stewart. He was one of the correspondents.
He did.
I had no idea that when he was making the Colbert Report, he was like a satirical right wing, like
he was like pretending to be like a right wing guy, but he was just shitting on everything.
Yeah. And I'd never actually seen it before. I just knew that like that was something.
Oh yeah, my mom was like a huge Daily Show and Colbert Report fan. Yeah, so I got like watching.
Interesting.
I've listened to some of that. There's a podcast for Jon Stewart's new show, and it's not like a podcast of the episodes. It's like a podcast that goes along with the themes of the episodes for the week, and they have a separate interview with new people, and he'll talk to writers, and he'll also talk to like surprisingly famous people in the government. Like I think he has an episode with like Hillary Clinton, but I didn't listen to that. Like he doesn't really like shit on people like while he's interviewing them, but then like after they're done with the interview, he'll go back and talk to his writers and be like, well, that sucked, didn't it? But it's actually pretty good.
I do like Jon Stewart a lot.
Yeah, it's a bit similar in a way to Last Week Tonight, where they try and tackle like relatively modern subjects and try and offer like insightful ways to improve things.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, all this circles back to me mentioning James Dean, and I think she like talks about him. It's like she says, like her car crashed in an old ghost town right around where they found James Dean, and then she says, "An emotional cowboy," and I think he didn't play many cowboys. I think maybe the only cowboy role he played was in Giant in the movie that I saw.
Okay,
and that might be someone kind of like made a. It felt kind of reaching to me that someone on Genius was like the last two lines of the verse might be referring to Giant because it's about. She says something about him staying up all night trying to fight the moon, and to be able to do that, you would have to be a giant or something. And I was like, "What are you talking about? I don't really know what she's talking about." But that definitely doesn't happen in the movie. The movie's very grounded in reality. But
I mean, it could also be because I think he died outside of like a small town in California, like not small town, but like outside of Bakersfield or something.
Gotcha. I'm talking about in relation to like staying up all night trying to fight the moon. Like
I know, it was a different.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I know like him. He died in like a racing accident, I think.
Oh, a racing accident.
Either
he was
racing
just
or
driving apparently. Driving a little bit fast, but he was driving a Porsche that cartwheeled 2 or 3 times because they collided head on.
Oh god!
Jesus.
The velocity sent the Ford that he hit broad sliding 39 feet down the road.
Dear God!
That was back when Fords were like heavy. Dude, that's crazy.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy.
That was I think something he was kind of famous for was like trying to race people and like driving really fast. So that's kind of what I assumed when I heard that he died in a car crash. But that's kind of wild that that it wasn't anything super drastic. But I honestly thought he was way older than 24 when he died because
I thought he was like 40 or something.
Yeah, in the movie he looks like he's like 30, 35, and
really?
they do him up to
like 23, 24 when it was shot.
Yeah. They do surprisingly good things with makeup in that movie. Like they make the actors who are like he's 24 and they make him look like he's like 60 at the end of the movie.
God damn.
But like and like some of the older people in the movie who start off in the movie probably like in their mid 30s, they make them look probably like 70 towards the end of the movie. Like it's actually really surprising for 1956 because
interesting.
It was also in color. I've seen a movie from 1960 like 4 or 5 years later that was in black and white. So I'm not sure why.
Because it was still probably like dummy expensive to shoot on color.
Yeah, and they might have even like done something like some sort of like crazy After Effects, like colorizing images or something like that. Because I feel like there was a person credited for colorizing the movie or something. I don't know. It doesn't really matter, but it was. I wouldn't say like go out of your way to watch it because it was like 3 hours and 15 minutes long. But
that's crazy for a movie from 1956.
Yeah, the whole reason I watched it is because a guy is coming out with an album later this week that's named after the movie, and I was like, oh well, like
James Dean the album.
His last album, like the biggest song from it wasn't like a huge song or anything, but the most popular song from it was named after one of my favorite movies ever, Paris, Texas. And,
Paris, Texas?
Yeah.
You tell me there's a Paris in Texas, bro?
There is, and it's like
Paris Hilton.
It's basically in the middle of nowhere. It's in like northeast Texas, around like nothing. But I was like,
alienate the rest of our northeastern Texan listeners.
Yeah, dude.
Is it northeast Texas, Oklahoma?
It's pretty darn close.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's that little. Oh wait, no, I guess.
It's not it's not like the jut out part like right below the panhandle of Oklahoma. It's
right, because that's northwest.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah, it's almost like north. It's a little northwest, like north central, I think, and then like northeast is like way north above Houston, but like It's like east of Dallas, I would say. Maybe even like more northeast of Dallas, but there's just not a lot up there. But
we'll put Paris, Texas in the mood board.
Yeah. We can. I fucking love that movie. It's so good. But yeah, Giant was good, and I bet it was like kind of revolutionary for its time because it like especially with like special effects and like just the grand nature of the movie, but a lot of the plot revolves around the main character like breaking free of the traditional ways that he was raised and brought up and the ways that he's like trying to impose on his children. It revolves around him breaking free of those ideas and like becoming a more like accepting and forgiving person and realizing that there shouldn't be any sort of like division of race on his ranch and things like that. And it was good. It had like good morals, but like also it didn't like captivate me the entire time. Like I washed dishes for like 45 minutes during it. Watched it through my kitchen window, and I didn't really feel too bad about it. But
just how film is meant to be enjoyed.
Yeah,
exactly.
Through the pass listening from a kitchen.
It also had Elizabeth Taylor in it, who was like an old Hollywood beautiful woman.
Yeah,
but
she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
I told this to my parents, and like I sent my mom the link to the movie, and she was like, "You're watching a movie from 1956?" And I was like, "Yeah, like I'll tell you about it later." And I told her that,
Mom, I like cinema.
Yeah, Mom, sorry, I'm not like the other guys.
I told her that Elizabeth Taylor was in it, and she was like, "Oh man," and I was like, "What?" And she said that my grandpa used to like really love watching Elizabeth Taylor in movies, and that my grandma hated for him to watch Elizabeth Taylor in movies because he was just like googly eyed, like thought she was beautiful, and my grandma would get all jealous and stuff. And,
like, bro, how you getting jealous at
that? and that's just really funny because I never like but I never like saw my grandma like that, and
right.
And it was just hilarious for my mom to say that, to be like, yeah, like you never wanted to say Elizabeth Taylor around your Nana because it was a sore subject.
That's really funny.
Turn that out.
Funny.
Yeah.
But
it's like hearing about like how hot my dad and the guy who set up my parents thought Jewel was when they were in college. It's so funny.
Who's Jewel?
She's a very attractive pop star who like she was like also like college aged at that. That's like us being into like Dua Lipa or some shit.
Ice Spice.
Sure, I don't know how old she is, but
she's like 22,
like a similar age where you're like, oh, this is like a talented person my age, like they're very attractive. But like you just never think of your parents having also gone through that experience of like existing until you hear shit like that and you're like, that's funny. Shania Twain, that's another one.
Blame.
Blame.
Sublime.
Sublime Leglame. Sublime is lame. Sublime is crazy.
Hey, chill.
I'm doing spoken word poetry.
Hey, Sublime's pretty solid. Back on the Hobo Johnson kick.
And these shackles.
So Nick,
no, sorry.
Nick, do you have anything else you wanted to impart on us about this album before we wrap it? My wife is ready to be picked up from work, so
I got you. Yeah, I don't really have anything much more specific about any of the other songs. A lot of them have like either like lovelorn like messages of longing for people, or like messages about empathy for the world, or messages about how the future is doomed but we're trying our best, and or like songs about like embracing your most vulnerable self and not shutting yourself off from emotions and stuff. I just feel like a lot of the songs, like basically every song, has very morally good and very
pretty,
very
sound.
wholesome and empathetic messages enveloped in beautiful instrumentation. But I will say the last thing I want to say is on the last song on the album, A Given Thing. I love that song so much from the very first song.
Really?
The very first time I ever heard it. Yeah.
I didn't love it.
And it's not really based on the instrumentation. It's more based on just like the lyrics and what she's singing about, and she's kind of singing about like the sensation of love and how it's not like everyone refers to love as like on the surface it's just the honeymoon phase, that's what movies depict it as and everything, but like she sings about she sings about the parallels of it like throughout the whole song. She says like sometimes our love is enrapturing and sometimes it's also unraveling right in front of me.
Okay.
But then like right after that, like 3 lines later, she says like, but it's a given thing. It's not something that you have to earn. It's always there for you, like right in front of you. It's like it's a given thing. And I think that's a beautiful way to put it, that like that's always been kind of a natural feeling for me that I've kind of heard other people sing about, but like it's always glorified and it's always put in this light that's like it's a given. It's like a fantasy land thing where you think about marriage and you're like, oh, it's forever. You get married and everything's perfect all the time, forever.
Yeah.
Like some people pretend that love is that way, but it's not. It's kind of this natural inclination that you feel for a person that like clicks, that it's like an X factor that you find that you can't like look at someone and figure out. But after you spend enough time with them, you're like, oh, like, yeah, I really care about this person. And oh yeah, like I think I love this person. Aww. And then it just kind of locks in. And like there's ups and downs, there's hills and valleys, and there's huge highs and there's huge lows, but it's always still a given thing. It's always right there until you like let it go, until it erodes and goes away, if you let it erode and go away. But it's
because it is something you have to like hone and like stay. Well, I mean, I guess if you want to be like good at it and upkeep it, it's like a plant, you know, like it wants to grow and survive, but it still needs like tending and sometimes pruning, you know, watering, sunlight. It needs things to grow. But at the same time, I also think that people also like over exaggerate about like how hard it should be at times. If you like want to like die when you're with someone, that's not a low point. That's like you're just not meant to be together.
Yeah.
I feel like that part's also overlooked. Like so many, especially straight people, they're always like, yeah, my fucking happily married for 5, unhappily married for 25. Like, oh, that's not.
Damn, bro.
That's not what it was then, bro. You were just horny. Like, yeah.
Daniel, you should not hate your wife and be working late nights every night.
Really, at any point, you shouldn't hate your spouse unless they like do something abominable. But then it's like end it,
like the snowman,
if you can. Yeah. If you're not like trapped in, but if you're consensually just like hating your partner, that's
pretty bad. You can't.
You
can't live your one life bad. Like that. That's insane.
Yeah, exactly. Literally, like. Unironically, I believe in YOLO more and more every day, but not like what it was, but just like time is a gift.
Yeah,
I'm going to treat it as such.
Better utilize it. Yep.
Yep.
But yeah.
So I'm good with rating if you've spoken your piece.
Yeah. My piece is laid down. I've bared my truth. And so I go first. I go first, then Jordan, then you, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm announcing next week.
I got you. Yep.
How much bigger
I'm gonna
my
give.
armpits?
Holy shit, dude!
Ow,
Guns.
I'm so sore. Ow.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9.
Oh dang!
Nice.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Beautiful. Let's go.
That's a big score. I'm going to give it a 7.9.
Okay. Good album then.
7.8.
Nicholas.
20th.
Ooh.
That is a good album.
They got a hot streak.
So it's just below A/B by Kaleo, which Craig chose.
Yep.
And it's just above Rage Against the Machine by Rage Against the Machine and From 2 to 3 by Peach Pit. Both my selections. Gotcha. Man, Peach Pit, that album, me and Nick gave it 10s and Jordan gave it a 3. That is
I was going to say.
Every time I see that shit.
Yeah, 10, 10, 3.
Well, see, I was gonna. So recently, I've been on a kick. I've been listening to a lot of the Melodic Blue, actually. recently, but I can't choose it again because we've already done that for this podcast. So instead, we're doing a similar vibe to this, but a little bit different. We're going to be doing A Black Mild at the Surface by Manchester Orchestra.
Oh, cool.
A Black Mild at the Surface?
No, A Black Mile to the Surface.
This is the one with like Alien and Gold on it, right?
Alien, Gold, The Silence,
of the Lambs,
LSD, Lead, SD. Yeah, I'm excited for it.
Sweet.
Is it 49 minutes?
I've listened to this a couple times, but I'm excited to kind of dig into it.
Interesting. Okay.
This one's one where I'm excited because I've looked into a few of the songs on here because I was like, did I hear that right? And I did hear it right. So I'm excited to do it with more songs on this album.
There's a good version of I think is it called The Gold? Is that what the song's called?
It's The Gold because every song except for I think one has the in front of it.
I think.
But yeah, him and Phoebe Bridgers and Andy Hull have a joint. John. Cover. No, every song. Every song except for Lead, SD. Has the in front of it.
I thought you were gonna say
Maze, that's a banger.
I thought whenever you said you were listening to the Melodic Blue, I thought you were going to say we were going to listen to Die For My Bitch. And I was going to, that's Keem's like last album. And I was just excited.
Oh, no, honestly, I was close to picking Push's album.
Oh, nice.
Bro, the one with the barcode on, the nostalgia's off of.
Oh, okay.
Whatever that one is. My name is my name.
Jordan, feel free to pick It's Almost Dry.
Nope. I already know what I'm picking the next 2 weeks.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Fun fact for Black Mild at the Surface, the last song on the album is what they close every concert with.
Oh, wow.
Since the album came out.
Interesting.
And
that's pretty cool.
Because she's right, it'll bring you to tears. But yeah, so I'm excited for the album. It's going to be good.
Not sure.
Yeah, I guess recently
we'll see about that, buddy.
For me, I don't know, man. My brain is so foggy. I've been working a lot and had a wedding this week, so it's been just
you've been on
chaos.
go mode.
I don't know. Honestly, a lot of my gym playlist called "Slangin' and Bangin' on Apple Music. If you want to find it,
great name.
And then, honestly, a lot of "True Care" by James Vincent McMorrow still.
Nice.
I played some songs from All A yesterday. Me and Vic were trying to get hype driving in the car, so I played Under the Water and shit like that.
Nice.
But nothing really specific, just a lot of whatever.
Makes sense.
Very cool.
I guess I'll go. I've been listening to We Never Die still, No Clarity by Ice Spice, brand new Draco still, Boy's a Liar Part 2, Pink Panther is featuring Ice Spice. All right.
Pink Panthers and Ice Spice. Okay.
Yeah. Have you not heard that song? That's big. Are you trolling right now?
No, I really haven't heard it. I like some of Pink Panthers' stuff. Well, maybe
that boy's a liar, and he's like, "Done on me, gonna do done on me." That's what Ice Spice said. Like, dude, I'm pretty sure it's like trending. It's a trending sound in so many places.
Is it by Pink Panthers or is it by Ice Spice?
It's by Pink Panthers, and the part 2 is the featuring Ice Spice. So it's not a Boy's a Liar remix. It's a Boy's a Liar Part 2, which is just featuring Ice Spice. I'm pretty sure it's those Two Dogs Dance or which Ice Spice song is the one of the two dogs dancing and every single thing, you know?
I don't know.
Bro, please tell me you know about the Barbie dogs, bro. Bro, you have to know, Nick. You have to know.
I'm not the most recent TikTok I really loved was just this white guy wearing Carhartt with a John Deere metal sign in the background going, "You ain't even repping the gang, bruh."
Oh. It's the motherfucker that got the Pops laugh, bro.
Yeah, I love it so much.
I do like that guy a lot. He's really funny. I've been following him for a while, but he doesn't do the laugh as he used to do the laugh for 10 seconds. He'd be like, it'd be the funniest, it actually sounded like the Pops laugh is hilarious.
Well, one of my favorite ones that I've seen him do is he does it and then he stops and then he does this thing with his hands again and he does it really quick and he's like,
yeah, it's really funny.
describing TikToks. Amazing.
Good times. And we've all seen it. So it's like, like because Jamie's seen it, right? You seen it, Jamie?
Oh, he left.
Jamie
to go pick up Dick.
So that's all, folks. Something about following the socials or something. I don't really know.
No. Wait. Real quick. My listenings. If you were done, were you done, Jordan?
Oh, I still listen to Off the Grid a lot. I've been listening to She Got a Thing by Pop Smoke a lot more. It's pretty good. I've been listening to Rubbing Off the Paint a little bit more too. That's about it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I haven't listened to a lot of new stuff. I've been kind of like trying to listen to some new stuff, but I haven't really gotten into any new artists or anything. There was a person I found today. It's a band. They're called Mr. Twin Sister.
Interesting.
And, they have a song with like 22 million plays that was sampled for The Recipe by Kendrick and Dr. Dre.
Wow. Kind of crazy.
And I knew exactly the part whenever I heard it because I actually like that song a lot.
Yeah. Interesting.
Do you know The Recipe? Do you know that song?
No, I'll listen to it.
Bless you. Oh God. But if you listen to both songs, you'll definitely know.
Okay.
Anyways, but them, Whitney's new single, For a While, really good. I've been listening to some Andy Schaaf because he comes out with an album the day after we're recording.
Okay.
And also that guy who's coming out with an album named after the James Dean movie.
Okay.
It's called Giant. His name is Tim Hill. Been listening to his stuff too. But if you liked this album, you'd probably like the song that he's released as a single off his upcoming album called The Irish Sea. More Jamie though than you, Jordan. It's pretty low key.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll send it in the song recommendations. But
St. Paul and the Broken Bones new single. I forgot about that.
That's good too. Really I listened to that. Yeah.
Album's coming out in April. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Gonna catch them on tour.
St. Paul.
Also, Fall Out Boy's new singles are also very good.
Bro, stop trying to get me to listen to Fall Out Boy. I'm not gonna do it.
They're getting
Shut up.
Getting back into they're getting back into save rock and roll vibes. I'm excited.
Are you saying like they want to save rock and roll, or is that like an album that they did?
That's the album that had the Phoenix. My songs know what you did in the dark.
My songs know who I chewed in the dark.
How the mighty fall.
My downstairs neighbors probably love me.
Or Missing You. I can't remember which one has it, but it's got fucking Big Sean with the hell yeah, I'm a dick girl addicted to you bar in it, which is fire.
Also never heard that song.
Bruh.
I prefer Lil Sean.
Sorry you're not cultured, dude.
Dude, there's an amazing. Sorry, I just remembered.
Jordan is not for the culture.
There's a remix of All of the Lights with Big Sean on it.
Ice Spice.
And he goes, "Why every rapper named Big got bodied on, but every rapper named Sean got money, ooh." And like, the more I think about it, it's just like a lot of like people who just had Sean in their name.
Yes, Big Sean.
Like Biggie died. I can't remember anybody. I remember going back and looking up some and being like, you know what? He might be kind of right. Every rapper that has Big in their name just gets bodied.
If someone looked me in the eyes and said my favorite rapper is Big Sean, I would laugh at
Big Sean's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. Like he is.
I'd be like,
maybe not best rapper, but
I don't know.
He was doing good with Kanye for a while.
When he was popular and his vibe he put out into the world just felt like he was like lame trying to fit in with the cool rappers.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. And I wasn't like super plugged into like the scene. So like maybe he was also cool, but he just always felt like he was trying to appear kind of like how Nick Cannon tries to appear cool, but like just ultimately falls flat. That's how I always got Nick Cannon vibe from.
But he has 30 kids.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, man, is that
Nick Cannon has an insane amount of children.
Well, I guess we want to wrap this one up, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah,
wrap it up.
My wife stranded.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we just wanted to say thanks for listening this week and watching. If you did, remember to tune in next week for a Black Mile to the Surface by Manchester Orchestra. Once again, if you wanted to keep up the show or share your thoughts about this week's episode, check out these socials. We are on Twitter at List Out Podcast and Instagram and TikTok at Listen Up Pod. Those accounts, as well as our personal handles and the merch links. That's it, are going to be in the description of wherever you found this episode. And finally, if you enjoyed this episode, if you could throw a rating or review on your respective platform, that'd be fantastic. YouTube, like, subscribe, notification bell, and share it if you'd like to. Other than that, for now, we'll catch you next week. And remember to listen up.